In a crime scene, there are many substances that look like blood, so crime investigators will test brownish-red areas that are assumed to be blood to affirm if they are actually real blood. Phenolphthalein is a chemical compound with the formula C20H14O4. Phenolphthalein is insoluble in water and usually is dissolved in alcohols for use in experiments. It is a weak acid which can lose H+ ions in solution. The phenolphthalein molecule is colorless and the phenolphthalein ion is pink. Phenolphthalein is used in a test to identify substances thought to contain blood, commonly known as the Kastle-Meyer test. A dry sample is collected with a swab or filter paper, a few drops of alcohol, then a few drops of phenolphthalein, and finally a few drops of hydrogen peroxide are dripped onto the sample. If the sample contains hemoglobin, it will turn pink, considered a positive test, and indicates the sample contains hemoglobin, and therefore is likely blood. This test is not destructive to the sample. It can be kept and used in further tests. For blood traces that can't be seen to the naked eye, crime investigators will use luminol. The basic idea of luminol is to reveal these traces with a light-producing chemical reaction between several chemicals and hemoglobin. The molecules break down and the atoms rearrange to form different molecules. In this particular reaction, the reactants have more energy than the product. The molecules get rid of the extra energy in the form of visible light photons. This process, generally known as chemiluminescence, is the same phenomenon that makes fireflies and light sticks glow. Investigators will spray a suspicious area, turn out all the lights, and block the windows, and look for a bluish-green light. If there are any blood traces in the area, they will glow. One of the most common methods for discovering and collecting latent fingerprints is by dusting a smooth or non-porous surface with a fingerprint powder. If any prints appear, they are photographed and then lifted from the surface with clear adhesive tape. The lifting tape is then placed on a latent lift card to preserve the print. Porous surfaces such as paper are typically processed with chemicals including ninhydrin and physical developer to reveal latent fingerprints. These chemicals react with specific components of latent print residue such as amino acids and inorganic salts. Ninhydrin causes prints to turn a purple color, which makes them easily photographed. After ninhydrin is sprayed on the surface and let to dry, they will iron it until the fingerprints turn purple because the heat is used as a catalyst to speed up the reaction. In room temperature, this process can take up to over a day, but because of the heat from the iron, it only takes up to a couple minutes. In my opinion, these are the 4 most important substances of forensics chemistry.